Welcome to the Happy on Purpose podcast. I am Sandy Wardenburg Waggett, and today you've just got me flying solo because my incredible co host, Chris Booth, is taking a well deserved break. He and I have just been working our tails off, let me tell you. And I know as an entrepreneur and business owner, you are doing the same. And that really leads to my topic today, which is all about conquering exhaustion with the Renew framework. And by exhaustion, mental, physical, emotional, all the things that just really put a strain and a drain on our bodies. It can be so hard. And especially, I know if you're listening to this podcast, you are also an overachiever, right? We just go, go, go. We give, give, give. We do all this stuff and we forget to take care of ourselves. And that's why the Renew framework is so helpful and so important. Let me just tell you, I came off a whirlwind 2.5 week travel schedule where I was literally in 4 states on 5 airlines, participating in 2 masterminds, a seminar. And then right after I got back, I had to do 2 live presentations to 2 different audiences in 2 different cities in the state that I live in. It was a crazy and exhilarating ride, but it was grueling and taxing on my body. I didn't, number one, like the way I looked, and I didn't like the way I felt, right? And then this was all around the Super Bowl timeframe too. And so you've got the expectation of Super Bowl parties and events and things like that. And I was just so stinking exhausted. I felt like a stick in the mud, if I'm being honest, but I was just dang tired. And it's on a Sunday. And yeah. Monday should be a holiday because we tend to overindulge on Super Bowl, but it's not. And I had a busy week ahead. So I declined the invitations and took care of myself. One of the other things that I noticed in part of the exhaustion piece is really paying attention to the signs that your body is giving you. Like I started getting a lot of tension. I was feeling new tension in my shoulders and my back. I bought more Excedrin because I was having headaches. And just being self aware is half the battle because then you know it's time to stop and take some care of your body. And so I decided that I needed to do that. And I did. I scheduled a massage. I actually have it on Tuesday of this week. So I'm really looking forward to that with my girl, Yolanda. She's the best. So if you're in like the Ozarks in Missouri, that's where she is. And you got to go. She's just incredible. She's a true healer. I had so much stress, anxiety, and with the mental and the spiritual and the physical and all that stuff, it weighs on you. And there was one morning during this time frame, I just woke up down and felt like crying. And I really couldn't put my finger on it. And I think it was literally just exhaustion. I'm sure you felt this. And the awareness is key. I had to get myself out of bed. I got up, took my dog for a walk, and just did some things to nurture myself. For me, like meditation, I'm not one of those people that can sit there and just dead quiet and be with my own mind. I know that sounds terrible, but it's true. But I found that when I play Native American flute music, it's just so soothing. Try that. It's different for everybody, but that just really brings peace to my soul. And it's a way that I meditate and nurture myself. I came up with this framework because I wanted to share in a real way some tools that you might be able to use as you go through these things. We're human, right? As business owners, we are human and people forget that. We don't forget that, but people forget that. So here we go with the Renew framework. It's super simple. I'm going to keep it short and sweet, but Renew is easy to remember because it really anchors into self care. So the R stands for recognize the signs. So when your body's talking to you, when your heart's talking to you, when the aches and pains are talking to you, the tension, or that pit in the stomach is talking to you, recognizing the signs is the first step. For me, it was the physical tension and the headaches, and I know that's different for everybody, but R and renew is recognize the signs. Once we recognize the signs, then we can start taking action to move in a direction that's going to alleviate some of the issues that are going on. The E stands for establishing healthy boundaries. And if you've read my book, Bold Moves, there's a whole chapter on boundaries. But really, in short, boundaries are healthy and boundaries are a way, they're not to push people away, but they are to protect you and enable you to show up as your best self for other people. So saying no to the Super Bowl parties, saying no to additional invitations that we don't have time for, saying no to being in the presence of stressful situations and stressful people. That's also a boundary. So the E is establish health boundaries. The N in renew is to nurture your body and your mind. We tend to forget about ourselves because we're go, go, go to bed, get up, go to work. I don't have kids, but I know so many of you do, and you have to run them everywhere. And it's a beautiful opportunity and joy in life, but it's also physically exhausting on top of everything else that you have to do. So, nurturing your mind and your body is really a non negotiable. And again, it's going to be different for everybody. For me, it's the outdoors, taking a walk, it's laying on the floor and playing with my dog, it's scheduling a massage, it's just sitting and listening to Native American flute music. What is it for you? So, nurture your body and your mind. When you are getting signs of exhaustion from your body, focus on eating healthier foods. Think twice before grabbing that diet soda. Your body's telling you it's exhausted, it's tired. So you want to give it the most positive environment to heal. So nurture your body and your mind. The next E in renew is engaging in supportive relationships. For me, that's just texting my friends, calling my friends, reaching out to my brother and his family, not because I want to put burden on them. It's really just because they just make me feel good. I have positive people in my life. And so just hanging out or having a short conversation or going over and having dinner, it's really renewing for me. So the E is engaging in supportive relationships. Now, key is supportive, right? Because we do have relationships in our lives that cause us more stress than they do give us support. So be selective and engage in the supportive relationships. And then the W is to welcome rest and reflection. Welcome rest and reflection. As overachievers, as business owners, as go getters, we tend to push that aside. But the key in the renew framework is to welcome it. And that could be as simple as when you're in front of your computer, stop every 50 minutes and step away and give your body a nice stretch. Step away from your computer and take a walk around the block. Welcome rest and reflection. It's okay to sleep in on the weekends. It's okay to just step away, go for a walk by yourself. It's okay to go take a hike. It's okay to go take a drive. It's okay to schedule a weekend getaway. It's okay to schedule a vacation. So, welcome, rest, and reflection. I thought that this was an important topic to cover because I literally just came off 2.5 weeks of absolute craziness, and I know I am not alone. So it just seemed like a natural topic that might help you. The Renew framework, give it a try. And as we wrap up, I just want to remind you that conquering exhaustion as a business owner, it's not just a one off thing. So I feel so much better today than I did a couple of days ago because I walked through some of these things in the Renew framework, but I've got a busy week ahead of me. I'm going to have to do it again. So it's all really about prioritizing yourself and your personal wellness, your mental wellness, your spiritual wellness, your physical wellness. Because if you are not in tip top shape in all of those aspects, You cannot show up as your best self for your team, for your family, for your clients. So, encourage you to remember the Renew framework and try to integrate it on a daily basis, really. I'm going to put a link to the Renew framework in the show notes. And I'd love to know what you think about it. This is the Happy on Purpose podcast. I invite you to connect with me. You can go to happyonpurpose.com. And I also want to share that I do have a new group coaching group called the I Can Group, Inner Circle Accountability Network. So if you go to happyonpurpose.com, you can learn more about that. Check it out. If you haven't read my book, Bold Moves, that is a journey of wellness. It's a field guide to taking back your power, reclaiming your peace, and living a life happy on purpose. Make it a great day, everyone. See you next time.